Warning, the following video contains spoilers for the following games. Viewer discretion is advised. But like, in a sexy way. Valentine's Day. A time for love. A time for passion. A time for showing the ones you cherish most just how much they mean to you. And also a time for drowning your sorrows in wine and using your own tears as lube because you're the only one with standards low enough to fuck you. I get it, we've all been there. But while we would all certainly prefer the company of another person, that doesn't mean that we haven't, perhaps, indulged ourselves in the fantasy of someone beyond reality. Someone 2D. Are we all mature enough to admit that it's actually weirder if you've never had a crush on a fictional character than it is if you have? Okay, good. I know I have. I very distinctly remember having a crush on my Valentine when I was a kid. And a lot of my friends always talked about how much they had a crush on Misty. Not me, though. Mai was the only one for me. And I feel it's even more natural to develop crushes on video game characters. You're often able to put yourself in the given scenario in a game, the one you control as a proxy, so more than just watching the apple of your eye on a screen, you're more than likely interacting with them in some way. And I'm not even talking about dating sim games. With just a quick glance, I see at least 10 games on my shelf that include some sort of dating mechanic or some other roleplay aspect that allows you to choose who you are romantically involved with, or to what extent you are. So, in this month of love, I thought it might be fun to have a good old-fashioned top 10 of my favorite best boys and best girls in gaming. 5 of each.
It's equality.
I admit the best girls list was simultaneously easier and harder to make. Easier in that I had a lot of options, harder in that I had to narrow down a list of about 80 characters to only about 5. Boy list had a similar but opposite problem. It's not that I'm not attracted to men, it's that I'm way pickier when it comes to men. But that just means that the boys I did pick are of a much higher quality. Also, by the end of this video, you're going to see that I definitely have a type. So, without further ado, let's get demonetized, alright.
Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside.
Oh god, I hate how much I relate to that sentence. Dorian Pavis is suave, sexy, relatable, a total bro, and one of the few men I know of who can pull off a twirly mustache. Dorian is the son of a noble family who hates the nobility and is an utter disappointment to his lord father. So hey, we have that in common too. I typically play a male in Dragon Age Inquisition for reasons we'll get into later, though I've never actually done the full Dorian romance. My eyes are usually set on someone else, but Dorian does a damn good job of making me occasionally glance away and make me debate my choices. Plus, he's got a great ass. Oh hey, that's 3 things we have in common.
What'll it be?
Fuck me. I asked a friend of mine if it was physically possible to have a list of best girls in video games and not include Tifa motherfucking Lockhart. She said it wasn't. And I agree. If you need an explanation as to why Tifa is great, you have not played, heard of, or looked in the general direction of Final Fantasy VII. She has the strength to crush a man's skull with one hand. She owns her own bar in the roughest part of a rough town. Owner, bartender, and, let's be perfectly honest here, probably bouncer. She's got that entrepreneurial spirit and she's gonna beat you to death with it. But she doesn't just have the air of a woman who can, and will, kill you. Although, let's be clear, that is a bonus. She's also got a motherly instinct that makes you feel safe around her, more than her physical strength ever could. A true warrior's strength comes from protecting those that matter, and she will fight to protect her found family with everything she's got. And then invite everyone over to her bar so she can get some food in them. Also, it's worth noting that her fight with Laws was the best part of Advent Children. She absolutely destroys him. Lucky bastard.
Listen, Gramps, I know we're easy on the eye, but...
Yeah, you are. Eric is suave, sexy, relatable, a total bro, and have we been here before? I feel like we've been here before. I know a lot of people have an appreciation for Sylvando, but I say Eric is the superior best boy, and my word is law here. A dashing young rogue who has just enough of a bad boy streak to make you swoon, and just enough mystery about his past to make you want to learn more. And then, when you do find out about his backstory, it just reveals how much of a sweet softie he really is. Eric is the whole package, and the tag team of Eric and Jade is a bisexual nightmare / dream come true.
Just so you know, I'm running a fever, I've got a nasty cough, and my sinuses are filled with something I can't even describe. And it was totally worth it.
Yeah, it was. There are many eligible bachelorettes in the original Mass Effect trilogy. You've got Liara, Miranda, Not You, Jack, Trainer, but towering above all of them is the Quarian Queen herself, Tali'Zorah Vasnima. Guys, I've tried. Honestly, I've tried to not romance Tali when playing through Mass Effect, but it just never works. She's cute, she's smart, she goes through a great character arc of becoming a sheltered daddy's girl to a proud leader of her people. Plus, with that mask, she has this constant air of mystery about her. Isn't it a shame we never find out what she looks like? I said, isn't it a shame we never found out what she looks like? I said, get that shit out of here.
I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I hate you.
Aw, you sweet talker, you. Look, when you ship a character with your proxy avatar character, that's a sign. I should also specify that I am referring to the version of Akechi from Persona 5 Royal, not Vanilla. He went from my second least favorite character in the original to my second favorite character in the expansion. That's a hell of a leap. And he's just so fucking extra. Just look at this team-up attack.
Out of my way! You little shit!
How can you not absolutely love that? I watched the opening for Royal when I first booted it up, and I just saw this tiny little bit, and I was like, ah, crap, they need to bang. Also, can we talk about how he wants to take down the villain in the post-game of Royal because he was supposed to have died by his own hands at the end of the base game, and he refuses to exist in a world because someone else gave him permission? I fuck with that energy. I fuck with that energy so goddamn much.
Mary died a long time ago. My name is Lady.
I mean, sure, that's your name, but can I get your phone number? In a series full of over-the-top, stupid cool action, it's important to note that a majority of these feats are being done by devils and half-devils that treat the laws of physics like their own personal plaything. So the fact that Lady is able to accomplish equally badass maneuvers when she's just, well, a lady, makes her so much more impressive than her devil-hunting peers. For the record, this is the same reason why Hawkeye is my favorite Avenger. I feel like explaining why I love Lady is a waste of breath when I could just show you the best scene in DMC3. Are we clear? Good.
Some women find facial scars attractive. Mind you, most of those women are Krogan.
And more than a few humans, Garrus, don't you worry. So, I was going to write out a paragraph describing why Garrus is the best boy in Mass Effect, but I have a friend who is obsessed with the man, so I'm just going to quote her instead. He's your ride or die bestie. Garrus starts out admiring you as a student would a teacher, looking to you for guidance. The way your death is handled pisses him off so much, he goes to Omega to kick the bad guys cause he feels helpless. Then, you waltz back into his life, and without hesitation, he follows your lead. Into hell. Ready to kick ass side by side with you again. Then in 3, he yells and fights to get a Reaper force ready to kick ass to help you however he can while you're locked up. Regardless of romance or not, he is your second in command. A bulwark against the bullshit thrown at you from all sides. Plus, he do got that reach though. I added that last part.
I can feel it. Myself. Me. Got it!
And Makoto, if you ever need help feeling, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and stop myself right there. I remember I first played Persona 5, and I was having extreme difficulty picking between An and Kemi. I kept going back and forth, and for the life of me, I couldn't decide who it is that I wanted to romance. Luckily, Makoto came along and helped me with that problem. In a game that's oops all best girl, Makoto stands out above the rest. She takes charge the moment she joins the Phantom Thieves, but she's still naive about some stuff, so it's easy to get her flustered, and that's always cute. Although I would argue her pissed off look is even cuter. Is the fact that she could crush my skull with one punch a plus? Yes. Is the fact that she has red eyes both sexy and scary? Absolutely. Is every single one of her outfits an absolute masterpiece? Completely. Have I lost track of where I was going with this? 100%.
Can't help it. I love stupid, cute shit!
I like you! Persona 4 can try to push Yosuke on me as the best friend all at once. We all know that Kanji is the real ride or die best friend. Every main character in Persona 4 is compelling, and the use of the Shadow World is a great way to get into their psyches in ways that none of the other games in the series do. But out of all of them, I feel that Kanji is the best. Some may make the argument that Shadow Kanji is a gross stereotype of a gay man, but you have to remember that this is Kanji's projection of the inner self he rejects. It just makes sense that it would look and act like the stereotype that he desperately does not want to be seen as. All that aside, I love his style. I love how he comes to accept his passions and then goes full force into them. His loyalty he shows towards his friends, and especially you, and how he beats the absolute shit out of monsters with a folding chair. How can you not love this guy? Kanji was Atlas's chance to finally have some same-sex romance, and I really wish they had taken that chance. As much as I love Rise, and I do, she was this close to making it on the list, I love Kanji more. And I think his romance path could have been something really special.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now.
I mean, I guess that depends largely on how you plan on doing it? Remember how I said I've never actually completed a Dorian romance because my eyes are usually focused on someone else? Meet someone else. Cassandra Allegra Portia Calogera Filomena Pentagast, I call her Cassie, is the fictional character that I have the biggest crush on in any piece of media. I didn't think I was going to like her before I started playing Dragon Age Inquisition. She seemed like a tough girl archetype that could just be replaced with a tough guy and you'd lose nothing. See my Saints Row 2 video on my general opinion of that trope. But the more you get to know Cassandra, the more you see how many layers they are to peel back.
They judge me before they even know me.
What you initially read as hostility towards you is just lashing out due to grief. She is constantly surrounded by macho men in the Templars and feels that she needs to put on that type of appearance. When in actuality, she just wants to be wooed and read trashy romance novels while soaking in a bathtub. Which I feel like we can all relate to. Watching her geek out about the latest chapter of Swords and Shields is one of the cutest goddamn things in the world. I also bring her along anytime I go on a dragon hunt since she comes from a long line of dragon hunters. I feel like I don't need to explain why that's sexy. Plus, when you first meet her, she already has you in handcuffs. It's kind of hard to top that type of introduction. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my thirst trap for the day. If you enjoyed that, feel free to check out my other videos. And like and subscribe if you're really feeling saucy. Feel free to comment down below who some of your fictional crushes are. Just, you know, keep it chill. And hey, I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. Toodles!